Hi and welcome to this YouTube video. Today I'm taking a look at quick and easy editing in PowerDirector 18. Don't go away. Okay, so let's jump right into things here. We have our interface, and I already dropped a video clip into the media bin here. And so for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to drop a second clip. So it's just drag and drop as you go. Very simple. You could also, of course, import a folder by going into the File tab here at the top left. So by left clicking on your media, you could just drag and drop into your bin here and making your window bigger, and then of course you would drag your video clip onto the timeline. So here you have two check marks enabled, one for the video clip and one for the volume of the video clip. Now should you not want to use the volume of the video clip, you would just disable the check bar here next to the mic icon, and you could also drag and drop an audio file into the timeline, into the bin here. So we have an audio file here on our desktop, so same thing, we would drop it into the media bin. And if you wanted to use music or sound or whatever, anything else but what's on the video, you would just drag your audio file at the bottom here. And so if you wanted to use the audio file, you would disable the microphone on your video, and this way the music will be enabled automatically. So this is the audio file which I enabled, or was enabled automatically as I dropped it. You see a white bar here in your audio file or video file. If you wish to raise the volume, you just left click on your audio tab and just raise your volume this way. So very easy to do. For now I'm going to disable this one, re-enable the audio on the video. So it's the same thing. By left clicking, I am highlighting the video and soundtrack. So again, if I needed to raise the volume, I could do this manually as such. Okay, so moving on, we have our first clip here. Let's drag and drop a second clip into the timeline. Now sometimes you may want to do some fine adjustments to your video. Let's say you wanted to make the video shorter and you want to be able to see what you're doing. You would just left click into the yellow space here and then again drag to the right, which makes your all of your files, all of your media larger, so it's easier for you to edit to see what you're doing. And suppose you would like to cut your video, you're enabling play and you want your video to end here, you could just highlight, left click by highlighting your video, and then when you see the arrows here, just shorten your clip. You will get the options: trim only, trim and move clips, or trim and move all clips. So if you want all your clips to slip over to the left, you would enable the trim and move clips, or in this case trim only. Now it's been trimmed. If all of your clips are side by side and left clicking here, you wish to cut your first video at this point in time, what's easier to do, you would just go to the left here and use the split selected clip. So left click on that and then it highlights the part where you left your play bar on it. Once it's highlighted, you can just press delete on your keyboard, and so you get the same option again. And I would do, when the clips are all placed accordingly, I would do remove and fill gap. So left click here, and this will move your second clip right up to where it needs to be. So this is a very simple way of doing it. Let me take the volume down to the default here. Perfect. So now they're both the same. Left clip, right clip, audio. So whichever thing you are working on, you just highlight by left clicking, and then whatever changes you do affect the part that you're working on. This being said, when you're editing your clips, you may inadvertently be editing the audio at the same time, so you may have jumps and skips into your music. So if you're adding an audio track or an audio sound, as I've done on your timeline, I would advise you to just lock by left clicking here, and then your little lock turns yellow. This way, whatever you're editing at the top here will not affect your audio. Should you wish to edit your audio, you will need to disable the little lock, of course, or else nothing you do will have any effect on it. Okay, so when you highlight a clip on your timeline, even the audio, but especially the video, you will have some tools popping up here to help you. So if I highlight the audio, I have some tools here, such as the audio editor, audio director, if you have the suite, power tools and all that pertaining to audio. But if you highlight the video clip, then you have even more options. In your tools here, again, you have some power tools, video speed, crop, zoom, pan, video in reverse, etc. You have the motion tracker, blending effect, magic cut, magic movie wizard, color director, audio director. If you bought the suite that goes along with Power Director 18. But you also have the fix and enhance video. So by left clicking and up highlighting your video, you will have access to changing how your video looks, and so the windows are very easy to move. Should you need to work on a section, you have these 4 or 5 little white dots here, and you have the same here. So for example, you would like to you need to see your video better. This is way too small. You will just bring your cursor where the dots here, and just by left clicking drag the timeline down, and you could do the same this way, just drag to the left, so you are better able to see your video as you're editing it. So simple enough. So we've highlighted the video, which gave us our fix and enhance tools, and here you have different tools available. I mainly use the same tools. I don't use every tools available. They have color presets and LUTs, so you could download LUTs if you wish to change a particular look on your video. I mainly use LUTs once in a while. I use mainly the color adjustment. I may use white balance, I may use audio denoise and stuff like that. So if you enable, for example, color adjustment, and again, let's make this window a little bigger. Here you could use your exposure on your video, your brightness, your contrast, hue, saturation, vibrancy, highlight, healing, shadow, and sharpness of the video. So you have all these things that you could color correct. What else do we have here? Apply to all you're going to use if you wish to put the particular effects on all of your videos that are on the timeline. So if you just want to edit one by one, there's no need to click on apply to all. It will only apply to your first clip on the timeline. Okay, so the other thing you could do is add some transitions between your videos. You could have your video just cut and into the next video. This being said, if you want to play the whole timeline and your clip here is enabled, just enable with your left mouse click the whole movie. This way, when you're playing, you can watch the whole thing and it won't stop after one clip. So it will just continue. Now, you may want to add a transition between two video clips, and you can make your own transitions if you're more advanced with your camera, but you could also just use the transitions that are built in here. You have crossfade and stuff like that, fade, and I often will just use the fade, and so by left clicking on the fade button itself, you just drag and drop it in between two clips, and there it is. And so if we play, you will see the transition. That's as easy as that. It's not more complicated. So there we have our transition. If we go back to the audio clip, let's left click in the yellow section here and shorten everything so it's easier to work with. And I guess we'll have to shorten the window too so we could see the video and the audio clip. There we go. So if you wish to make the audio the same length as your video, left click to highlight the audio, get your little arrows enabled and just drag to the end of the video clip. When you are at the same length as the video clip, the line here will turn blue instead of red, so you know that you're at the exact same spot as the end of the video. Just drop and it's already edited for you. And should you wish to fade out the audio or the music on your final video, you will just place your mouse cursor here as you get the arrow, and just by pressing Control on your keyboard, Control and left click, you are able to create these tiny dots. It says here hold the Control key and then click to add or remove. So Control and left click, and here I just added a second reference point here to be able to reduce the volume so that the volume just fades out. You need to, for the audio and video to fade completely, you have to make sure that your dot is completely at the bottom corner. Let's try this again. And there you have your audio fading in sync with the end of your video clip. So as easy as that. And the final step, of course, will be in producing your video. And so we need to go to the Produce tab at the top here, left click. And this will open the window for you to be able to export your video. And there we have it. We're ready to export our movie or video or timeline and music. You have a default here that saves automatically. Mine I changed to the desktop, so I like it to go to the desktop. It's easier to find once it's done. Left clicking here, the three dots, will enable you to change where you are saving. If you want to save it to the desktop, if you want to save it somewhere else. And also will permit you to change the title of your video. So let's just, for this purpose, write Iggy Dog as the file name, save. So here you have the title, you have the newfound place where you decided to save your clip. And I like to, if I'm working with many different files, I like to left click here on the profile analyzer, and this will tell you what types of files you have, what are the resolutions, what are the extensions, and the percentage of your files that are either in HD or 4K or whatever. So you could choose to export in the settings that most of your media is in. In this case, they're both the same resolution, the same speed, the same everything, same extension. So there's nothing really to choose, but this will always tell you what you're exporting at. You could customize your export by going here, left clicking on the little pencil icon, and you could change right here all of your settings, which we won't need to do for this particular. So I'm already exporting in MP4. The video is in MP4. Everything is fine. I have nothing to change whatsoever. So then just by clicking the start at the bottom, and the video will produce itself along with the music. So very simple and easy steps for you should you need some help in editing, and quick ways to edit your videos using PowerDirector 18. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and stay tuned for more cool stuff pertaining to cameras, editing, and camera gear. Bye for now.